Come take a walk with me to a town that looks as if time has stood still, North River Mills. Hi, my name is Stephanie Bales, and I'll be your tour guide for this evening. I'll tell you some of the history and my favorite stories of North River Mills. North River Mills was originally called Parker's Gap. Then it was changed to North River Mills because of North River and the 3 mills that were in it. Our next stop will be the school. This is the second school North River Mills has had. The first one was in front of this one. This one came from Shiloh when Shiloh got the big 2-room schoolhouse. On the back wall there's writing where the students signed their names. It was tradition on the first day of school for the older boys to build a teepee. We don't know how or when this tradition got started. Charlie Miller, a gentleman I once knew, was quite a prankster. He would wait until the teacher told another student, some of the younger students, to write down an answer to a problem. Then when she had her back turned, he would blow the answer off. The last teacher for the school was Mrs. Audra Crosted. It closed in 1936. In 1933, it became a garage. Like Miller Henderson and Sloan Miller, both attended this school. We'll meet next down by the big tree by this church. This house, the outside of the church, and the house on the other side of the store were all built by John Getz. Many people used to go up on Ice Mountain, which is behind me, to collect ice for ice cream and to put in their lemonade. One theory why the ice disappeared is that people used to go up and turn over the rocks and move them. And now only cold air comes out of the vents. We'll head on down to the Miller house. The Miller house has been many things down through the years. It was a bar, an inn, a post office, and lastly, a home to Mr. and Mrs. Charlie Love Miller. Johnny B. Miller, Charles Love Miller's grandfather, was the sheriff of North River Mills. William, Johnny B.'s son, had time for everything. He had time to milk the cows and a time to pray. If you were at his house when he was praying, you're expected to pray with him and listen to him read the Bible. Charles, his son, was considered mayor of North River Mills. He was keeper of the keys, as the advocate did an article on it. During the Civil War, the Union troops came by, stopped at the house, and demanded to be fed and put up for the night. When the house was an inn, a drummer or traveling salesman died in one of the rooms. Lake Miller Henderson called it the haunted room, and she was scared of it for a while. Next, we'll look at the mill inside the house, the Miller Mill. The Miller Mill had a never-stop wheel, which looked somewhat like this. The water goes over the wheel, and it goes through a trough that goes over and drops the water over the wheel. During the early 1900s flood, the Miller family had to go up to the 3rd floor of the mill. down in 1936 in a big snowstorm. After it fell down, the Miller family built the shed that is there today over it. If you look closely, you'll see that the stones have no mortar between them. And the grinding burrs, which were used for grinding the grain, have the little slits on them. Come with me to Shandhurst Mill. The Shandhurst Mill had a turbine wheel. It used gasoline and didn't use any water. We don't know how or when it was destroyed. Our next stop is the Crowson House.